Welcome to Decode Traders Hub. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, this is Decode Traders Hub, and this is done here as usual. Ready to get into it as we maximize and also maximize our opportunity. So making this money together. All right. So without any further ado, let's pray and then start our analysis today. Father, we thank you for this morning. Thank you that we are back here on this very channel, on the live stream to look at the charts, analyze them. May you grant us the knowledge and the keen focus to be able to see signals the way we are and be able to take advantage of them. Thank you for the signals today. Thank you for the entries, perfect entries and exits that you are providing. We give you praise. We love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Right. Amen. So, good morning, Felix. Good morning, Rachel. Good morning, Robina. Good morning, Faith. Good morning, Mirembe, Elisa. Welcome. If it is your first time, please go ahead and subscribe. If you don't mind, but of course, again, for all of us who are here, as usual, please make it a point. Go ahead and like this stream so that YouTube can recognize us. So thank you so much in advance for liking this stream. All right, so let's get into it. We start as always with Crash 500. Crash 500. As always, we start with Crash 500. So let's get to it. Alright, sorry about that. I had to first fix my mic properly. Alright, so Crash 500. Let's look at what we wanted yesterday. So yesterday the analysis, we had two ways. This one, at first we wanted price to come from there and reach here, but then we needed another kind of pull to reach here. But according to what we saw, it needed to first go up and grab some liquidity. So what happened is price reached on this order block that we have on each one, went all the way back into the buys. So let's look at the entries. Of course, I was in a sell from all the way here, so it took me out right there. I tried selling it, again took me out there. So yeah, I didn't enter again any buys. So from that level, I anticipated that we may get into sales from that level, but I had forgotten the anticipation that we made in the morning, which was taking all the way up there for buys, and that's what happened later on. So I made some losses, a few of them, but the profit that was here on these very first moves mitigated that loss. So those who remember our C500 that I told you about got us into a loss, but we recovered with other assets, with other trades that we entered yesterday, those who are part of the signals, the VIP signals platform. So let's check enough of yesterday. Let's check today. So what is happening? First, delete all this. I need that. Not really. Sorry, excuse me. I don't need all this, even this. So first delete all that, delete all this. Alright, so I think that's it. And price came back to this fair value gap according to H. First wait, is it according to H1? Not really, it's according to H4. So it came to this fair value gap. Right about there. So that's where we saw the reaction from. So the reaction happened on that H4. But then on coming back, it gave us some bit of like a change of character right about there. And then went ahead to test the fair value gap after the change of character right there. So clearly, we still see some momentum to continue in a buy trend according to H1. So we wait because it may go all the way up to that order block. So we rather wait. Let's confirm that we M15 is showing sales, H1 is showing buys. Not really. I don't see it continue up. According to what we see on H4, the likelihood to go back to that order block is just, I'm not seeing it. We'll see about that, but I don't see it. From according to H4, I don't see it. And M15 is still showing us that we should continue selling. That I want to remind you that this was a change of character right about there. If we look on the left, that is the reason why it reacted on that level right there. That is the reason why. So if you know this on M15 and you have a change of character, then you know that it's coming to react on that level right about there. I think let's look at fib. Let's look at our fib and see, we are not yet. So it's coming below here. It's coming below here. Then from there we can anticipate. A buy according to M15 and H1. Yes, that's how we are going to anticipate this today. So delete this, leave this there. This can be deleted. Now all we need is right here, probably touch this OB, that last candlestick here, this last candlestick right about there, and then get into the buys, just like we did on H1, and of course just like we did on M15 at a later stage. So, and it will be taking us all the way up there. Then once we reach there, probably according to H1, we'll be seeing it overbought and then coming stronger with some sales, just like we did on H4. So that will be a game plan, selling all the way from there and taking us right down below right there. So the game plan is like that, all the way from M15, push it here, get into buys, buy it all the way up there. Then when we reach there, we get into sales according to H4. So that is the game plan or the trade plan of this asset Crash 500. Excuse me. So I hope that is very, very noted. So let's wait and see how it will play out today. All right, boom 1000. Let's check boom 1000. Let's check boom 1000. All right, so boom 1000 start from daily. Start from daily. We know we are looking for buys. We're looking for buys according to weekly, according to daily, because none of those time frames has even reached overbought. So we are still going in strongly with buys on boom 1000. Yeah, we had that kind of consolidation or whatever you want to call it, and now price is in for a bigger is in for a stronger sell, a stronger buy. Those who attended yesterday's analysis, you know exactly what we wanted price to come back to such levels. Clearly it did so. And that's the level we wanted to enter buys from. Now, of course, I entered some buys on that level, but I had my tight stop losses, so it first played around this. This was during the night, so it kept playing around this area, and until it took me out, and later on went all the way to the intended direction. So I didn't want to risk. I don't love risking a lot of money when I'm going to be off the charts. Yeah, when I'm going to be off the charts. So that's why I couldn't afford to keep my stop loss all the way down below here when I've already seen it being in profit. So I had to bring my stop losses into profits, and it later on came and took me out there and went ahead. But clearly on taking me out, if I can now remove the history, now we don't need that. It has served the purpose. We knew that was happening. So now on taking me out, we see something good right there, which is a change of character right about there. There is a change of character right there, this being like a weak support level according to probably M15 if you want to go all the way to M15. So having seen that, you can see after the change of character right here, price broke out, came, tested it, went, started to give us higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Fell here, went and give us a higher high. Now it's coming to give us a higher low. Now, according to H1, it's different. We haven't gotten to see a higher high or a higher low. So it means there's going to be a retest, but a retest back to where, according to H1, we need to see that. So apparently, we don't see any point of interest that it may return back to. So all we do is we come to drawing our fib to understand where price might actually react. Price might actually react back to. So probably below this level or that fair value, this order block, the last order block. Let's go to H1, H4. So on H4, it may return to this whole candlestick of H4. Yeah. So having seen that, I can now delete this. So there is a possibility of price giving us after this hour closes, that this candlestick of H4 will be closing, meaning a new one will start on H4, and that new one is going to be a sell one. It's going to be selling, and let's confirm that. Of course, H1 is already showing us that we'll be selling according to what we see, and having seen this pullback, this price coming back all the way to that order block, should give us enough confidence to actually later on look at selling it all the way back to this order block, which is according to H4. It is according to H4. So that pullback is going to be according to H4. But do we enter right now? Not really. We need something like an M kind of formation right about there. Then we come in strongly. So before the H one closes, I mean before this hour closes, you're going to see another spike. Probably you may see another spike. That spike may not give us a new high. It may just rotate around that area, and then later on sales start. So all that is anticipation. Don't see something different happen in the market that you say, but Dan told us it is going to retrace, so I can even enter now. Please don't. And still, I'm not the market maker. I don't have that kind of money to put into the market to push market in my own direction that I need. So since we are all not market makers, we follow what these guys do and push the market to the side they want. So we follow what they do. So we can only anticipate the next move, but we can never be 100% precise on that very move. Yeah, you can never. So it's an anticipation. As we wait, we just wait for a confirmation of that very move, and we make that kind of entry. That's how we do it right about here. So please don't always enter trades that you haven't confirmed at all. It's not advisable. It's you're cheating yourself, because you lose money at the beginning. You'll be getting back to a deficit. You should be adding more money, not reducing money. All right, that is Boom 1000. Enough of chit chat. Let's now head to Boom 500. We'll come back to those before we close. Boom 500. So Boom 500. That's a limit, a sell limit right here was never activated, but now those who are in the signals group, you guys remember I gave you this signal of sell on oversell on Boom 500. We sold it. The only issue is when we sold it, it was still having a raw momentum. Why? Because there are this support level on H, actually it is on daily time frame. Yeah, it was almost close to that order block. So currently I can delete it because it's no longer valid. It's no longer valid. It has already given us what we want. But remember, our trade, our TP was best to be here. After selling, after entering that, we were supposed to take our TP right about here. Why? Because this is the move right here, from all the way there to directly where we entered this consolidation area right about there. So that was supposed to be our TP, and immediately and clearly you can see that it was spot on right there. It reached. Now, what is the challenge now? This is a challenge that happened yesterday. having seen this change of character right here, I wanted price to get back to there. It didn't. Actually, it did. You see, according to 15. No, it did not. It did not. But then it gave me this pullback. I think it was either this or this. Then I told you guys, you know what? Let's enter. Let me see. Yeah, from there, I told you guys once I had seen this, because most of the times it will not give you the pullback, what the pullback you need to actually have a better entry. Even those guys know what you're waiting for. So sometimes they put in a lot of orders to push price to their direction to make more money all the way here. So that's what happened. So price came, they pushed in a lot, and price didn't react accordingly to what we wanted. But it went into buys, we tested here, found our stop losses, found my stop losses, right in profits there, and took me out, and kept on playing around. And I think there is a time I told you guys to literally cross Boom 500 because it was slow. and we were trading it according to M15. It was a bit slow, so you can see how slow it was. The candlestick sizes, you can see how slow it was. But after breaking this level right about there, having just there, it moved. If you go to H1, you will see some at least momentum of those candles now getting into in a good shape right there. So we missed that. It was supposed to be a swing trade, but because of the way we are intraday traders, we couldn't afford to keep in the market when we are not sure what is happening, because here there is a support level, another block of daily right about there, so it could have ended up being the support and actually pushing price back up. So no need to risk, but yeah, we missed that kind of trade. So enough of yesterday. Let's now look at today. So congrats to those that made money in this asset, and by the way, congrats to those that made money on Boom 1000, those who followed the analysis just like I gave it yesterday. So let's now look at today. So let's start from all the way weekly. No, we wanted that pullback. It never happened. Yeah, it never happened. And I think it's not about to happen. So I should actually delete this limit right there. It has come to this level. What is that? That's another block on H4. That's an H4 order block. And clearly we see that price is now oversold. So is this a fake breakout, or it's just okay? All right, according to weekly, this might actually be it's gonna consolidate here for some good time, then it will later on go back inside. That's how it's gonna work. It's going to go back inside. Why am I trying to be so sure about this? Why? Because of what I see here. It has to retest when it reaches that level. It must retest. So this retest should be bringing us either there or here. We have those two levels where price may react from before it continues to the sales, just like we need before we see actually a perfect breakout. So I'm still not ready to put in a lot in as far as selling is concerned. Yeah, not yet. So for now I just have to go to daily, look at what is happening. Already daily is showing us momentum of buys, and now that it has come to that level, which is another block on H4, buys should be starting. And clearly on H1 you can see that they are going to be starting, but we don't enter just like that. But we'll need a confirmation, we'll need a change of character. So for now, this is gonna be a no-go until we see where we can enter from. So leave around Boom 500 until it matures to give us an entry. Yeah, we'll be looking for buyers. Right, that having said that, let's now move to V25-1S. V25-1S. Vol25-1S. Vol25-1S has been a bit slow for quite some time. We wanted it to break out, and I believe we missed. Let's see. Oh yes, right. So it broke out right there, and that's when the move started. So let's see this. That's where the change of character was. and breakout here. So came back to this order block. So it came back to that order block right about there, and then we started to see break of structure, pull back here, but it has low momentum, and I don't love trading low momentum trades. I don't love trading low momentum trades. All right, so this is what, this is H1. Let's go to weekly. Let's first go to weekly. We understand what is happening. So the pullback is done, or the retracement according to weekly should be done. So on daily we are supposed to be selling. So before we enter sales, we need price to pull back and go back a bit there before we can get enough momentum to break through and continue into sales. All right, so that's what we need. That's the plan of this asset. So if we know that, then we know that right about now the general momentum, the general trend is a buy currently according to H4 and H1. So if we know that it is buy, so we should be looking at this pullback on M15, and clearly it doesn't make sense. M15 is not making any sense. So we need to wait for an entry on M15 so that we can enter the buys that we need on H1 and H4. So that's how we are going to wait for all that. So now I can delete this. It's not needed anymore. I know this is the break of structure level right there, but then this is the order block that actually gave us this kind of fair value gap. So what we need is price to react back to this level, and probably once it does that, then probably we may start to see some buys get into shape, just like we need on H1 and H4. So this is a no-go. Not going to trade anything here. It's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk. Clearly, you see that. You clearly see that. Actually, you may have actually used this one right here, and you'll be seeing that the sale is on. So if that is the case, then you know that it's either going to come there or come right about here, this order block right there. So those are the two levels that it might come back to before we start to see buys come in shape. Before we see buys come in shape. Yeah. So let's be ready for anything. Let's be ready for anything. Let's be ready for anything. So for now, that's what I'll be looking for. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that is what I'll be waiting for. Here, there. Allow me to see on the left. What is that? This is not needed. We delete that. Yeah, this is not needed. Delete it. This has served the purpose, so we can delete it. Yeah, delete that. And now the chart is a bit clear. The chart is a bit clear from right there. The chart is a bit clear. So price is coming there. So by the way, you have an opportunity to sell this asset when it turns back to that level. You have an opportunity to sell this asset. So if it goes up there, please, we can enter sales. We can enter sales. So but only and only if it goes back there. All right, volatility 75. Let's do this. Let's go all the way to V75. V75. So let's see. Let's first go back to a bit. Boom 1000 hasn't given us what we want. Crash 500. The retest, not really, not what we need. So not what we need. Not yet. Not what we need. So no risk there. It has to come down, or we don't enter it. So no risk there. Yeah. Right. So we are heading to V75. So let's look at V75. Start from all the way. Daily time frame. That move started, but somehow sellers are trying to push. Sellers are trying to push market again. Why? Because daily time frame is almost overbought. Right about there is almost overbought. So what is the reason behind that kind of move? Let's go to H4. Oh, no. It's just consolidation. It's just consolidation. We will see this kind of move at a later stage. We will see this kind of move at a later stage. So, but for now, we need to just be calm and wait for what market does. So when we go to H1, we know that kind of structure that we are in. So all we need is to see price now come down below and later on take us all the way up. Yeah, so for now it is reacting right there, but there's a possibility of it not even actually reaching all the way down. So if we see that, then we can actually go to H1, M15, and confirm, and that will be showing us why we are saying what we just said, that it may not actually go all the way down. That is some sort of support level on M15. So having seen that, it needs enough momentum to break through and continue down below. If it fails to get that momentum, then it will continue up, and probably this time it will be having enough momentum to break out and continue, because we did it. The general trend is a buy, not a sell. So that's why we are seeing that right about there. So all this is what needed. It served its purpose. Let's see, yesterday, did we make any entries? Yeah, we did. We did. Yeah, we had this. I had that first buy there. I don't know if you guys entered that. No, actually, we didn't enter. This was a retracement trade according to M15. So I entered that, and I later told you to sell it when it gets to this level. So I hope most of you guys sold it. Those who are on VIP Signal platform, I told you to sell immediately. So we sold it from all the way there, and when it reached around this area, I remember telling you guys you can close your profits, because I had started to see some consolidation happening. But luckily, it even continued all the way to that level. So we made this money from all the way there to here. So congrats to those that made it yesterday. Those who were on VIP Signals platform. I believe, if not all of you, some of you made money on that very asset. Right. So today, what about today? So we are back on that support level. Currently, according to M15, it's a strong one. According to M15, it's a strong one. According to H1, not that strong. It may be broken, but we are not taking chances of risking right now. So we rather wait. Let's look at M5. Not really. So this is a no-go for us right here. It's a no-go. Don't risk any money here. Why? Because we are looking for buys, not sells. We are looking for buys, not sells. The sells are according to H4, but also just because it showed us just because on H1, I mean on daily, it's near overbought. So that's why even H4 is currently showing us that it is overbought. But that is not the point. On H4, we are not following what we are seeing on CCI. We are following the structure and price action currently. So what we can do right here is just wait for price to decide the direction. And of course, right here, all you need is to see something like this. And once you see that, then you know that that will be a change of character there, and that can give you what you need. But of course, you can always go to M15 and also wait for a confirmation like that. And also wait for confirmation like that. I would have told you to enter here to just get a sniper entry, but it is not really worth the risk. It is not worth the risk. You know, it's not worth the risk. You rather wait than actually try to push for something you're not clearly seeing. Yeah, something you're not clearly seeing. So now leave this at M15 and let's move to another asset. That will be V101S, volatility 10, volatility 10, volatility 101S, volatility 101S. Right, so volatility 101S, let's look at guys, allow me to remove this asset now. Let me see those who are in favor of removing this asset now. Let me see those who are in favor of removing this asset now. Either we remove it, we stay with the rest, these ones that we have, and we don't add any, or we just replace it. Let me see those who are in favor. Right now, we are 6 people on the stream currently. So let me see those who are in favor of removing it. And those who want to replace it, please mention the asset you want us to replace with. Yeah, because it is a slow asset. And it gives you a signal, then it somehow, I don't know whether the leaf manipulates it a lot, I'm not sure. So I just don't love it anymore. I just don't love the way the way it has the low momentum. So I'm looking at replacing it. Either we go back to RV50 if it has now moved out of the consolidation area that it was in for that quite big time. Yeah, so I'm just waiting 1 minute so that we can do that, and we'll leave it. We'll leave it and go to something else. So let me see some comments. Are you guys there? Let me see some comments, please. If you want us to remove it. If you don't want us to remove it, you tell us how we maintain it. If you want us to remove it, you can say remove it and we don't add any. We don't replace it. If you want us to remove it and replace it with something else, you comment and add and also add the asset you want us to replace it with. All right, let's do that, please. Let's do that. Just in 1 minute. Let's do that in 1 minute. All right, so Rachel says it can be removed. Felix says we can bring J50 or V51S. Oh, V51S is way volatile and even it's a high leverage asset. So I don't know how many people will afford to trade it. Yeah, replace it with J50. All right, so J50 has 2 votes. 2 people have actually recommended it. Rachel says we can remove it. All right. Robina says we can replace it with J50. All right. Let me see how many people are those. 3 people. 3 more people, and then we move out of here. We do the action immediately. We don't even wait for another day. Yeah. Yes, come on, people. Let's get your comments. Let's hear from you what you think we should do. Let's hear from you what you think we should do. Yeah. One more minute. I've added 1 more minute for these other 2 people that haven't responded yet. Please do recommend us what you feel like you want us to do. Remove the asset and don't replace it with anything, or maintain it, or remove it and replace it with another asset that you think we can actually put on. So far, J50 has 2 votes. V51S has 1 recommendation. So please, let's go into that and see. It is now 17 minutes past 11. So I'm just gonna be waiting. When it gets to 18 minutes past 11, I'll be taking what I have currently on the comment section, and that will be J50, and I'll replace it with J50 immediately. All right, it is remove the asset. Okay, Faith has said remove the asset. So so it's a tie. Those who want us to remove it and not add anything. Those who want us to add or replace it, J50 is the one leading with the replacement. Faith has commented 2 times, remove the asset. So I think it's time. Let's now do what? Let's replace the asset, just in case those who don't want to trade it, we can always not trade it. V50 would be good, but it will be for only those with big accounts. Yeah, that's what I say. It is a high volatile asset. It is a high volatile asset. It can give you quick money, but again, it's a high leveraged asset. It can give you quick money, but again, it can also take it quickly if you are wrong on your analysis, or if you're wrong on your entry. Yeah, it can easily take it. So for now, let's head over to and look for J50 now. So J50 market watch. Do I have it even on my assets here? I doubt I have. Yeah, don't have it. Jump 50 index. All right, so let's now remove J10, close it. Now bring jump 50, put it right here. I want to first check on boom 500, not really. On boom 1000, not yet. So let's get to jump 50. So let's analyze jump 50 and we see what is happening. So there is something happening right about there, that fair value gap. So we can have it like as our support, resistance. We can also see something right about here. It was somehow taken out, it's not that much. So right about here, something that was there. This was like a pullback to that order block. Yeah, right about there. And then down here, not that much. We won't go into that now. Let's draw our trend line right about there. Look at it properly. And we also draw the one all the way from there. Now first remove that. Is it not really? Let's use this current price right here. Let's use the current price right there. And we'll be using this and that. Yeah. So that would be some sort of a pennant. That would be some sort of a pennant, and it doesn't have a lot of data. You can see clearly that I can't drag a lot. So that would be some sort of a asymmetrical triangle currently, or a pennant, whichever the case is, because we don't have enough data to actually give us the idea. But clearly from what we see according to weekly, that would be like a symmetrical triangle, but again it would be safe, giving us an idea of continuation of this previous trend. Continuation of this previous trend. That's what we'll be looking at clearly. Continuation of the previous trend. So having seen that on weekly, why have I said continuation of the previous trend? Because I've seen there that kind of signal which shows that we are overbought, meaning it will be looking at continuing with the previous trend when it breaks out. And clearly if we go inside there, that will be the change of character according to weekly, but even according to daily, it will be a bit more clear. It will be a bit more clear right about there. That's where the change of character was. Retest there and started to continue selling. So all we need now is now we have a break of structure right about there. So we know that price will have to react back to that level or a certain fair value gap that it would have left right about here. So now it has reached, according to daily, it has reached the retracement area or level. Now that we know that, let's drag it a bit here. Now that we know that, and clearly you see that it is on a certain point of interest right there, then you know that H1 or H4 should be oversold, and clearly H4 is oversold, which will now give you an indication that H1 is already buying, and clearly we will be seeing the buys coming in. So what do we do? Go to M15. All you need is a change of character and then start buying this asset. Yes, of course you had a change of character right here on M15, but it was not that important. It was not that effective. So all you need is wait. Let's wait for, I believe, H1 to give us better. You can see the momentum to sell is slow. It's not there, almost not there, and even the buys are still being skeptical. So everyone is waiting for who goes in first. Everyone is waiting for who goes in first. So let's wait and see what will come Oh, all right. Let me do that. Go to H4 and go to the left. Go to the left. Look at that order block. Look at that order block. Mark it right there. Mark it right there, and that will be it. That will be it. Now we know this. So this is a no-go, but we will be waiting for buy entries. That's for sure. We're going to be buying it back to where? Back to certain levels, right about there, and then come later on with enough momentum to continue selling it all the way down below. So that's a game plan for now. So J50, that's what we are going to be looking at. Yeah, the sales are still having momentum, but there's no pullback. So from where the sales started from, clearly you'll be seeing that it is coming all the way back to probably this order block right about there. It is the order block that is in premium, and we want to sell in premium. That's what we'll be waiting for. That's what we will be waiting for on such an order block. Yeah, probably back to the breakout structure level right there. So let's have it all the way to the breakout structure. That's what we'll be waiting for. All right, that is J50. Let's now go to J25 and look at what happened. All right, we are we are consolidating actually on daily. We had a breakout structure right there, but it's not yet determined to be a genuine or successful breakout structure. So that's why we are consolidating currently on daily time frame. So we had that kind of structure according to weekly. We need price to come all the way down below. So according to H1 and H4, we had all these. This was yesterday. So yes, let's see yesterday what happened. We made those entries. First, before I can go into them, let's go to M15, understand what we were looking for. So we analyzed right here. We wanted price to react here. Those who remember yesterday's analysis, then we drag it a bit here so that you can understand this. So we had this kind of structure on M15 and M5. So we had said we might see a fake breakout all the way here and before we can see the buys. So it gave us that kind of breakout. We entered there, and then it later came down, and right here it took me out, but then it did this. So I told you guys to enter here, but also I made other entries me myself when it continued to make that pullback, because I knew we were going to buy. So that's why I entered more other trades when it made this pullback. So we went all the way up there. So that's how we made money on this asset. Took my profits right there. I didn't want to take it all the way up. I had already hit the money that I needed on this asset. It's a high leverage asset. So whether you're having a 0.1, you make some good money depending on the account that you have. So clearly, I had high leverage it. So it actually recovered a big chunk of money yesterday. So these two moves only. Then what happened is I again told us to sell. I think right here. No, right there. These other ones, I think they are limit orders, which were taken out later. But here, I told you to sell. So we sold. We were supposed to take our profits just about here before it broke out to this level. But I wasn't. I think I was in class by then. So I didn't manage my trades. It came back, took me out on stop losses right about there. Luckily enough, this money was able to mitigate that kind of loss right about there. So I hope you guys made that kind of money yesterday, but later on you can see that the sell are having gone for that liquidity pool right about there, above that order block, having gone about there to grab the liquidity pool. It later came strongly with the sells and was able to have enough momentum to break through that level, and look at what happened later. That was a good move. I later made an entry. There was another entry I made, I think late night before I slept, to try and add more, because I had seen these candles before. So I took that trade for like about 30 or 1 hour and moved out. And then because I knew that this was that TP level, so that's what I wanted even in the first place to reach here. So I knew it was going all the way here. So I took that trade and added on my profits before I slept, and then called it a day. Yeah, so that's how we traded that asset yesterday. So right about now, all these are not needed. These were for yesterday. So let's look at today. Let's look at today. Delete. Right. So let's look at today. First, go back to daily. Drag this right about here. This never. These alarms, they've never worked for me. I've never put these alarms, but I've never gotten a notification that price has reached my level that I need. So I don't know how you guys use them, but to me they don't work. I've never gotten a success on them actually notifying you that price has actually reached the level you had put. So I don't know how you do it. So currently we had a perfect breakout, a retest, perfect retest. We should be entering the sell right there. Although H4 is showing us some weird kind of CCI is showing us some weird kind of signal that we should be actually continuing to buy. Structure right here shows us we should continue selling. So let's confirm with H4. Yeah, H4, it's also not clear. The reason being, it's been consolidating. So the H4 candle has just started, and most of the times I don't love waiting. I'm going to enter on H4, but this time I'm going to reduce on I don't want to leverage highly, so I'm going to reduce on my stop loss. This is an entry on H4. Please only and only enter this on this time frame, knowing that you have a big account. So this, the stop loss is just going to be above there, right about there, above that current candle of H4. And we'll be looking at taking our profits right about here. Only and only do this knowing that your your account is big. And or if you choose to enter right here on H4, make sure you are using the lot size that matches with your account. Now, remember, I'm entering this asset according to the current structure. Literally, I'm supposed to be waiting for this candle to close before I enter, but I don't want to do that. I've gone with the kind of structure that normally happens when I see something like this. This is a rising wedge. I have a perfect successful breakout and a perfect successful retest. So the following candle should be a sell that continues with the sells that we needed. So I'm not following what I'm seeing on CCI. I'm following what I'm seeing on the structure that I normally trade. So that's why I've entered there, and that's why my stop loss is way higher there. I can easily even increase my TP, and I look at swinging this I look at swinging it all the way just about there, because that is a support area right about here. That is a support area right there. So you can just swing it all the way there. So that's what I'll be looking at. So don't ask and say what were my confirmations are only these: breakout from the structure and then successful breakout and retest there, or both on H4. Remember, this is H4. That's why I've entered on that candle, the next candle right there. Now, I want to tell you that I've not used CCI. CCI is actually saying we should be looking for buys because we touched the oversold level right down below. But when you go to H4, they are supposed to be sells. So that's why I'm looking for sells. And of course, daily we are also selling. So much of this is more of sales. Now, this is where the movie gets this is where the movie is a bit crazy. So if I do this on M15, I want to see what it is showing me. Now I want to stay with what I have. Yeah, this kind of structure. I want to stay with what I have. Yeah, I'm gonna stay with what the entry that I've just done. I'm not going to go into anything. If it goes there, I will gladly take the loss and I will wait for another entry. Probably it will be looking for what? Let's see. According to H4, yes, it left that liquidity up there. Probably it will go back to look for that liquidity before it continues. Probably it will go up there to look for that liquidity before it continues into sales. So if it does that, then yeah, then I'll be off and I'll be getting another entry right there. And this time can actually put us a limit order of 0.2, and then put a limit order just about there. And another one where? Another one right about there. Yeah. So if it does go back up there to grab liquidity on that order block, on that fair value gap, then I'll be entering those like that. But according to H4, it gave us a perfect retest. So this next candle should be taking us into sales. Last asset, which is jump. Oh, I forgot to change. Last asset is jump 10. Jump 10, sorry guys, didn't change all the way from V10, V75. So, all right, that is jump 10. I remember that the mentorship program is going on. The mentorship class match is going on. So, those interested, please, as I always tell you, you can. We are still in the first week. We haven't done a lot, so you can always join. All right, jump 10, weekly will be the pullback there in a sell. Okay, the momentum is low. That's why we never entered this asset. The momentum is low and weird. So, according to H4, we're supposed to be looking for sells. Why? Because of that fair value gap, which is now a resistance level. So, okay, so this is interesting. In fact, this right there, because this hasn't closed yet. So if I have that as my low and highs there, then I can see another. This is a low that gave me that high right about there, and the other high too. All right, so that becomes that becomes interesting. So this, we haven't yet given up on it, and this is a rising rate, meaning price is looking at such a move right about here. So it is still consolidating, so it's coming back again right here. It's coming back again right there. That is for sure. It's going to come back to that level. Actually, it may not reach that level. It may actually come to this one right here. According to this very move, it will be coming back here. So, do we go all the way down below? Yes, if you go all the way down below to the lower time frame, this was a change of character, test on the change of character, or whichever we want to call it, paper structure, whichever we want to call it. And then we started to see lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and a breakout. Perfect breakout. Retest went back in, but later on started to get into sells. Do we need to risk and just enter this kind of short sale? Let's look at that. M15. That's not worth the risk, because M15 is not confirming what we need. It's not confirming what we need to actually make an entry. It's not confirming. Is not confirming. It may continue trading within the range like that until it gets down below there. So, is it worth the risk? I don't see it being worth the risk. All you can do is wait for price reach to that order block on H1 and H4, and then probably aim at entering your buys from there. But for now, I don't see it being worth this trade being worth the risk, because it's gonna be going down and then up, then down like that until it reaches to the order block. Or it may actually now continue going into sales until it breaks down and touches down below. So let's just know that. So this one up to now, I'm not risking my money onto this asset. CCI is showing me oversold, yet here the momentum is selling. So if I have to do that, I have to scalp, meaning I will have to go to M5 and M1 to look at scalping opportunities, and clearly that would be where the opportunity to enter sales was. And if I do this right about there, I will see that that is a change of character, which means that price is going to come right about there, and then you can enter your sales from there. Yeah, it's gonna come right about there, either touch this order block, this candle here, or just go into that fair value gap and then come again with the sales. That is for sure. That's what we see from what we have currently. But is it worth the risk? I don't know. That is a question you guys should answer. It's rather a better thing to wait, probably when price gets back to the other level down below. This has been mitigated according to M15. This fair value gap has been mitigated. So whatever we are seeing here is just going to be getting there. And clearly it has touched that fair value gap, but it is still going. So we wait. So if you want to scalp, you can do that. You can see this candle has gone on and we have touched that fair value gap again. So I don't know what you want to do, but clearly if you want to scalp, then wait for price to at least go 50%. If it is a fair value gap, you need to wait for it to touch at least 50% of the fair value gap, and then you can come in with your sales. So here I can put a sell limit of 0.2. 0.2 right about here on that order block, just in the middle there, just in the middle there. So if it does that, then I'm okay to enter it. If it doesn't, still it was not worth risking to just make an entry where it is. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's now do the recap. Let's do the recap, and we call it a day. So like I said, mentorship program is going on, the class is going on, and also the VIP signals platform, we are still making money. We've so far gotten one lost day, which was on Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, I was very busy to manage the trades. We would have gotten out with some money, but some people, of course, got out with some money. Those who were on their trades managing them. So yesterday we made money. It was a day of making money. We only got, I think, 2 losses. Then the rest of the trades were wins. So if you still want to join, you can join us. You can join us on the VIP signals. The rest of the information is there. So as we get to that, let's now recap. Crash 500. We need price to get here and then come into sales. It hasn't reached yet. So either way, wait a minute before I conclude. Not yet. So, it has just touched the 50%. Is it enough? I'm not convinced. So, not convinced at all that it is enough. I can only get convinced that it was actually enough when I see the breakout right there. When I see this level broken out right about there. So I'm not convinced right here. Boom, 1,000. Oh yes, we can sell now, I believe. So what we needed has actually come through. Can we sell? This is M15. We need price to come back there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now this is an entry that we can do, but it is a risky one, knowing that we haven't gotten a change of character. So the pullback we'll be looking for like a sniper entry when you enter from here. So I'm gonna enter my entry and I'm gonna put my stop loss just above there, because most of the times these guys can again push price right about there or even beyond that to grab liquidity, because they know most of guys have entered right there and they've put their stop losses nearer, so they can easily push price to go and cancel the stop loss orders right there and then take all that money, which we call liquidity, and then after grabbing that liquidity, then they push for the sales later on. So just be knowing that if you make this entry, the risk is there, but our profit is going to be right here. Or you can still, like I said, you can still wait for when price gets this level and then you enter your buys. You can still do that, because that's what we'll be waiting for. That's what we'll be waiting for. So my stop loss is going to be there. So let me see what is my risk to reward. It's a 1 to 3. It is okay. Yeah, it is okay. I can go with that. I can do that. I can do that. Yeah. So I've entered that asset right about now. I was supposed to enter immediately when I did that, but it's okay. It's fine right here. I've entered. You guys can choose to enter when price actually goes a bit below the 10 MA. Below the 10 MA, it will be a perfect signal for you, a confirmation when price goes below 10 MA. I've entered early before it goes below the 10 MA. And actually, after seeing what I'm seeing on M1, we might see another spike. We might see another spike. So be ready, guys. Be ready. This is Boom 1000. When you're selling, you have to be ready for anything. So there's gotta be another spike. If I see another spike, I'll make another entry. But as of now, I'm in and locked in my sell right there. All right, that is boom 1000. This is boom 500. Yeah, we are now seeing what we need according to H1, but we wait. We need something like that, then later on give us this. So we need to see a change of character. So now what is remaining is to see this level broken. I don't want to say we can enter here to get a sniper entry, but that can also become one of our things we can do. So we can enter there, but we have, let's see the confirmations we have. This oversold, M15 oversold, M30 oversold, M5 going in, and still also looking for buys. M1 is oversold, but it is showing us a break of structure. So it's a bit weird. So M1 is showing us a break of structure, and you can see the spike has come in now. So that will be now one of the confirmations that we could actually look at. I was trying to look for that kind of a sniper entry, so I was confirming that. So M1, having given this, we are going to see actually now price come again. This, when it comes again, it's not going to break this level. It's not going to break that level, and that's how one can actually make an entry. That's how one can actually make an entry. So from there, I've added my buy limit orders. I've added my buy limit orders. If it comes back to that level, I'll be having my sniper entry right on, right there. So just be ready, because we are going to buy this asset. We are going to buy that asset. All right, that is boom 500. All right, that reached back to that level. Wait, yeah, it went back there, which is, this is what, this is V25. So I can enter sales now. Yeah, the sales that I need to bring me down below. Wait before you enter, because no, it's not worth the risk to enter sales there. Not really. Not really. It's not worth the risk. Price came. Let me see. If I was using this as my high, and that, I mean my low and my high, so clearly price reacted back to that level. So it means it can continue buying from there. So it's not worth the risk. So please don't enter. Wait, don't enter. It can easily react from there, not even here. Why? Because it actually went to discount level, so it can easily continue buying from there. So please don't make that risk. Right, V10, V75. Not really, not risking that. Now we are waiting for jump 50 to give us that kind of thing. Let's look at M15. All we need is a change of character, and we enter, and my sell according to jump 25 is in profits. So congrats to anyone who made an entry there with me. We are in profits right there on jump 25. Jump 10 is also in profits. Jump 10 is also in profits, just like I told you. According to M1, what I needed to activate my sales right there. So I can bring I can bring my SL into break even, and I know that now it's going to take me all the way down below. Let me first grab my TP level, and then I'll be looking at taking my profits right on this level, right on that level, right about there. Right about there. That's where I'll be looking at taking my profit. So I can go to M1 and delete all this now. Everything right here that I used. Everything there that I used. Is it trading within the range? I think so. It may take me out even. So anyways, that's what I wanted from there, to have an entry like that. So if it is going to react from there, then it will take me out, and I think it has taken me out right there, which is okay. So this cannot be an entry that you want to wait a minute. They are reacting on that order block. Price is reacting on that order block. So if it is reacting in that order block, something will change right about here, and that means this will be, when price breaks that level, that will be a change of character. But again, this will be like a double bottom kind of entry. So if you go to M15, that means you'll be waiting for a change of character right there, and you will make your entry to the buys. So that's now something different. Now, why will it be buying here, and why will it be going back to? That is some other question that we can answer now. That means it will be looking at, this is the high that gave us this low, all the way to that support level. So we can use that. Yeah, we can use that. That means price will be coming either to that order block or all the way up. So we have those two levels. I didn't want to add them there, but I can just have that one only. And then if the buy continues, then it will be going, if we see a change of character, then it will be just going back there, grab there, and then come down right immediately to sales. So delete this, I don't need it anymore, and do this. So according to H1, that's what we will be looking at. If this holds, if this resistance and support level holds, that's what we'll be looking at. All right, we've talked a lot and a lot. We've gone almost 2 hours, 1.5 hours. So let's call it a day. I want to wish you guys a good day. Hopefully you had a great time with me. This has been done here. VIP sessions are still on. We'll be sharing the signals immediately when they come through. So I want to wish you guys a good day, and hopefully it will be a fruitful day to making money today. So right about now, let's call it a day. Happy trading day. See you tomorrow same time, 10:30 to 11:30, in as far as these sessions are concerned. Happy trading day.